a performance. I'm at an absolute loss for words after watching that performance from Derby County. Paul Warne set the side out excellently, and this is what I was talking about a few weeks ago when I was discussing Derby County and needing to have an impact in possession. This is exactly what I meant, and we've seen it today. We've seen that they're capable. This is the standards for the rest of the season. So before we get into this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay tuned for all of my latest content. But what a performance. I'm in absolute awe of what I have just watched by Derby County. I think man to man, I think was absolutely unbelievable. I think it was quite clear we went into a game plan to shut down Max Bird. I think Ebou Adams did an excellent job, same as David Ozoh, in marshalling that midfield and not letting the likes of Jason Knight and Max Bird get on the ball. I think they put in an unbelievable performance. I think I've never really seen us do that in a performance where you've got 2 or 3 men who could really impact the game and you just shut them out as well as we did today. I think what we have done today is set out a stall for this league and set out a performance expectation now with Derby County, and it was an absolutely excellent first half where, don't get me wrong, early on in the game Bristol City had their chances. I'm not saying they didn't, but we defended excellently. Zetterstrom was unbelievable for 90 minutes today, and if we go through man to man, I can't think of anybody who didn't step up to the plate today. I think especially when you talk about the midfield trio of Ebou Adams, Kenzo Goudmijn and David Ozoh, I think they were absolutely unbelievable. The back four were unbelievable, and even the front three, I think that's the best performance we've seen from Mendes Lang over the course of the start of this season. Obviously, I know he picked up 2 assists versus, I think it was Blackburn, both from set pieces, but I am at a loss for words. We got to the point where Max Bird had to be taken off, Scott Twine was taken off, and it's one of those for me where this was a game where Derby County easily could have gone and got a hiding off this Bristol City side, because Bristol City have a really, really good squad. They've spent a ton of money on their team, and who can blame them if you're able to? And it's one of those for me where you look at the players we've got in comparison to theirs, and I couldn't really say that we are an inferior squad. Inferior team man for man for the starting 11. I think was a really good starting 11 by Paul Warne. Went with Zetterstrom in goal, a back four of Nyambi, Nelson, Cashin and Elder. Midfield 3, as previously mentioned, of Ozoh, Ebou and Kenzo. And then a front 3 of Yates, Jackson and Mendes Lang. Now, I don't think Jerry Yates is going to get enough mentions about his performance today, because he was absolutely unbelievable. He was arguably he got man of the match at the game. I'm not sure who ended up getting it ratings wise or anything like that, but I think Jerry Yates and his ability to hold up the play, to bring other players in, he did some really, really nice flicks, and it's so nice to have a striker that can keep up with the play and actually have an impact. I think one of our goals came from Jerry Yates being able to pick up the ball right down near their goal and winning a throw-in from it, and it was unbelievable. You look at Kenzo's goal, just a few moments earlier he could have put us 1-0 up anyway. A really good counter-attacking move. He was free on, I think it was the left-hand side, might have been the right-hand side, but the keeper made a really good save, and then from the resulting corner he put in a really, really good goal. Unbelievable from Kenzo Goudmijn, and then obviously you've got Kayden Jackson's goal, and I just want you to go and watch David Ozoh's goal again, and it's all to do with work rate and aggression and passion, and he beats his man not only to the ball, his man is standing still. Ozoh is the only one running. He beats his man to the ball, puts a really good connection on it, and I think it does take a little bit of a deflection, but what a performance from David Ozoh. He looks like a man possessed at Pride Park. Unbelievable performance. And then you have to talk about Jakub Zetterstrom, because what a game he had as well. It was excellent to see some of the saves he was pulling out. He made some really good ones down to his left hand side in that second half, and even in the first half he had a really, really good double save. And as we were getting towards I think it was just before we scored the second goal actually, they had an opportunity which they obviously took their shot, and Zetterstrom makes a little nick with his underarm essentially when he's diving to take it away from the goal, and it was such a good save. And oh my god, unbelievable. Now, a lot of people were getting on my back about what I was saying a couple of weeks ago about being able to keep hold of the ball and make things happen. And realistically, what we've seen today is what I was asking for. And I'm fairly sure that everybody will agree with me that that was an unbelievable performance today against a team who are probably going to arguably be in that top 6 or in and around it at least. And it's coming away from that game with that feeling where we've not sat off, we've not sat deep, we've not gone into our shell essentially after going into the lead. And I think that's what we need to see from Derby County. That is what we need to see from our players. When you bring in a player like Kenzo, when you bring in players like Tawanda Chiwa who want to get on the ball, when you look at David Ozoh as well, who wants the ball, it's what we need. We need to be on the ball. We need to make things happen. Yes, we can be a counter-attacking side. We don't have to have 75% possession. We don't have to play like Man City. But what we do need is when we have that 40% possession, that's what we need. That 40% possession is executed excellently. Now, I've got no idea what the possession figures are, no idea shots either way or anything like that, but it was an unbelievable performance. And I'm sitting here and I'm quite sort of don't really understand how we've put on that performance. If you go back to the performance at Barrow, the performance at Watford, which I'm not saying we were bad at Watford, but on the ball, we couldn't really create anything. We couldn't really get out of our half. And then you obviously look back to the Middlesbrough game. Yes, we scored, but couldn't really cause them any problems. You've obviously then got the Blackburn game where it was a 10-minute spell, which cost us massively in that game. And it's mad. It is maddening looking at that performance today. Obviously, you've got the additions of Nat Phillips and Marcus Harness to bring into the starting, well, whether that be the starting 11 or the bench, adds extra depth. Washington and Blackett Taylor are now back in training. Ben Osborne, if it wasn't an international break, would have been involved today, but Paul Warne just giving him some extra time, which is fair enough. And you look at the performance we put in today in this division. Now, in a minute, we're going to get into some clips from the game. What an unbelievable day. What an unbelievable performance. Derby County win 3-0 and coast past Bristol City. But before we get into the matchday clips, make sure button down below and turn on that notification bell to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL Championship and League One content. But let's get into the clips.
Top 12, Jason Knight. 14,
yeah.
17, Mark Sykes. 19, George Tanner. And 13, Sinclair Armstrong. And your outside this afternoon, number 1, Zetterstrom. 4, David Ozoh. 6, Eric Cashin. 10, Jerry Yates. 11, Nathaniel Mendes-Lang. 17, Kenzo Goudmijn. 19, Kayden Jackson. 12, Right Park, make some noise for your 2 teams this afternoon, Bristol City and Derby County! And your lineups for this afternoon, starting off with Bristol City, number 1, Maxwell Leary, 3, Cameron Crane. first half support from the Rams fans, and the boys are going to need you again in the second half. Please welcome back out Derby County!
See how deep they are.
Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.